So hi everyone, this is Drastic Ed from the Achievement Squad, coming at you with a full walkthrough for the title Far-Out Selene. Now in this video I'm going to show you how to get all of the achievements, and it's going to be across 3 playthroughs of the game. So from this point onwards there is a full spoiler warning in effect. It's going to take you roughly 45 minutes to 1 hour to get through this title. And it's 3 playthroughs all together. So 3 different types of endings, some miscellaneous achievements along the way. There was a few points where I struggled to find out how you trigger some of the achievements, but overall it should be easy for you guys from this point onwards. Now I will highlight to you guys, there is a section in particular where a fire can start in this game. It is completely random and I will call it out as I'm going through the playthrough. This fire will disrupt one of the particular endings that you get or changes the way the playthrough. It is complete probability, so you can always restart the game again from the beginning. It's not very long. So let's get this show on the road. You're first going to wake up in this booth here. You'll be in cryo sleep. You've been unconscious for a while. And we're going to do the genius playthrough. So hit the right trigger or R2 and this should open up the cryo sleep station, and once the character gets out we're going to leave his room. So to get out of the room you want to head over to the door and look to the left hand side. There is a tiny little green button which you want to press. As soon as you exit, turn to the right and take a second right. At this time you'll get an achievement for exiting your room. You want to go up the stairs and you'll come into the cafeteria. Enter the cafeteria and at the back you're going to find a coffee machine. Click on one of the 2 buttons that are in the top right hand corner to pour the coffee, and then hit the right trigger to drink the coffee. Turn around and start heading back to the door where you came from and take a right. The coffee unlocks the ability to sprint and you want to run down the corridor. And at this point you want to take a right and you want to go into the control room. Once you're in the control room you want to make your way to the chair and you want to click on it. And now at this point here there's a lot of random numbers that you need to probably write down. Look to your left armrest and you want to hit the switch and this will turn the chair around. And then on that same part there is a power switch which you need to hit to boot everything up. I moved this container out of the way so I can see the screen easier. And the first thing that you're going to need to do is focus on this screen and you will see the number #ELI, and then this will be a random number. You need to write down this random number that you see on the screen. So in my case it's 3700848880. This is an error log that we need to dig further into. So you're going to need pen and paper for this. Once you've written it down, you want to look up to the screen and you're going to take a look at the info tab and you want to right trigger and click on that to load up the next screen, and then you want to click on protocol. Once you've clicked on protocol you want to hit the search button and then you want to click onto the input protocol information, and then you want to type in that very long number that you've written down. Now that you have that number written down, you want to click the search button and it's going to load the protocol library and it's going to give you a bit of information around the what's happened. You'll also get an achievement at this point in time. You want to click on the back arrow and then you want to click on log, and it's going to retrieve information around that error, and you want to look at the screen on the left. Now on the left hand side you're going to see X, Y and Z, and then there is a set of 5 digits after each one. You want to write down what it is to what it corresponds to. So it is axes in this case. So X in my case is 53552, Y is 43853, and Z is 97139. It will be completely different for you. Write this down. You want to zoom out. Once you've written those down, you want to head back to the right hand display. You click the back arrow and you want to click on ship. Once you've clicked on ship, this will load up a screen and you want to go down to the end and you want to click on control. And then this is going to load up the system where you can insert the coordinates. So click on the X option. You want to then enter the code that you had for the X coordinate that was on the left hand screen. So in this case it was 53552 for me. And then you want to click apply and this will set the X coordinate. You want to do the same for the Y coordinate that you've written down, and then you want to do the same for the Z coordinate also. So now that you've entered all of your coordinates and you've clicked the apply button for all of them, you want to head back to this screen where the X and Y, Z options are, and you want to click the launch button. And this will cause the computer to calculate a path to the set of coordinates you've just entered. Once you've done that, you want to look at the left hand arm of the chair. You want to click the switch to rotate it backwards. Look to the door and it'll give you the option to get out of the chair. Once you're out, you want to exit the room and you hold down your left trigger button to run. So come down to the end of the corridor, take a left. You want to follow it around as you're back into the canteen. And you want to take a right immediately as soon as you enter the canteen. You want to go down the slope that is here. You want to turn left at the bottom and then turn left again immediately to be back in your room. And then you want to click on the cryo sleep chamber to go back to sleep. Shortly afterwards, you'll wake back up again, 1 month later, however. Now that that month is over, you'll find yourself in a similar position as you were before. The moment you roll over, you want to hit the right trigger to get out of the cryo sleep. The door will be open this time, so you can just exit straight out of the room. Once back in that corridor, you want to take a right and then you'll have the right again. You want to go up the slope back into the canteen. When you're in the canteen, look to the left, go down the corridor that is here, and we're going to head back to the control room. So continue down the corridor, and the first opportunity you have to turn right, and you want to enter the room. As you enter this room, we are going to have a bit of a cutscene where the shutters are going to open up and you're going to find yourself by some form of space station. You'll also bag yourself the nudist achievement for not wearing any clothes and completing the game, and also you'll get yourself the genius achievement for completing the for saving the ship and not be left floating in space. So now we're going to go on to our second playthrough, as this is the end of the first one. So for our second playthrough, it's actually going to take us a little bit longer to do because there is a little bit more to do in that sense. There's a couple more actions, but at the same time there is an achievement that we're going to get for dying 3 times in a row. There's quite a quick way to farm this. There are multiple ways to farm this, it doesn't really matter. You can fall down a vent shaft if you want to, you can get yourself burnt by fire, but in this case we're going to get ourselves chucked out into space and suffocate because it's quite an easy place to rinse this. So once again, boot up the game and we're going to start our second playthrough. Okay, so the second playthrough, let's kick this off. This one's going to say it's going to be a little bit longer. So the moment you get the opportunity to wake up, roll over and you want to hit the right trigger to get out of the cryo chamber. Once you're out of bed, you want to hop down and look to the panel that is on the left, and you want to click the green button in the bottom right hand corner to open the door. Come out of the room, take a right, and then take a right again, and go up to the top into the cafeteria. When you're in the cafeteria, you want to make your way across to the counter, and then click one of the buttons on the little red box in the corner to make yourself a coffee, and you want to grab that coffee so you can lock your sprint ability. Now that you are caffeined up, turn around, and you want to take a right, and we're going to go to the bridge. So enter the door, you want to follow the corridor around and you get to the first opportunity to turn right, and you want to go up into the control room again. So I will warn you here, this is the part where a fire may start by accident. I was lucky enough for it not to happen. So once you're in the room, sit down in the control chair. You want to look to the left, you want to hit the power button or the seat button, doesn't matter which order, you just need to press them both at some point. This will turn you around and you get a good look at the computer. Okay, so once you're at the computer, move the takeaway box out of the way so you can see better. First off, you want to click on the info tab Once you've clicked on that one, you then want to click on display. This will make some stuff appear on the monitor on the left that's going to be useful in a second. Click the back button, click the ship button, and then once you've clicked on the ship button, you want to hit the mode button. Now that you're in the mode screen, you want to click on to the high button. Now we want to take a look at the screen on the left, and we're going to get something called a security ID, and you want to look at the guy on the bottom. So the security ID is the second from the bottom. In my case, it's 4868, and it belongs to Zach Peterson, which is you. Once you've written that down, turn to the screen on the right, and you want to enter 4868 or whatever your number is. Once you've done that, you want to click on the confirm button. Now this is the chance where the fire may start. If the fire starts, what you need to do is you need to get up from the chair, and to your right, you'll need to crouch down by pushing X. You'll find a fire extinguisher between some pipes. Pick it up, and you want to go back to the dormitory, and you want to use that on the fire coming from the pipe. But it's random, it may or may not happen for you. So I got very lucky in my 3 playthroughs. If it does happen to you, once the fire is out, return back to the control room. The ship itself is very small, and it's not difficult to navigate. So now that you have this set up, click on security. You want to click on energy on the end. And then we want to click on save. Once you've clicked on save, you want to click on pods. And this will eject all of the escape pods, saving energy. Also bagging yourself an achievement for sending all of the escape pods into space. Once the pods have been ejected, you want to click back, and then you want to click on info. This will load up the info screen. You want to click on display, and this is going to give you the password screens back on the left hand side. You want to click the back button, and then you want to click on ship, and then you're going to want to click on sector, and then you're going to want to pick sector 4 for this one. And then when it gives you the option, you want to click on unlock. Now it's going to ask you for another passcode. This time, go back to the left screen, and you want to take the passcode off of the guy on the top, Mike Brightman. It's going to be random for everybody. Go back to your security screen, and you want to enter the number you've just written down. So in my case, it's 5302. And then you want to click on confirm afterwards, and this will unlock sector 4 of the ship. These passcodes are random every time. They will not be the same as my one, so just take a few seconds to pause. Once you've done this, click on the seat button. You want to spin around, and you want to get out. And you want to exit, and you want to take a left turn. Once you're out, you want to follow the corridor around back to the cafeteria. When you're in the cafeteria, you want to go straight through and out of the door on the other side into the hangar. Now we're going to get ourselves another bunch of achievements here as well. So we're going to get the one for dying, and we're going to get the one for becoming the Hulk. So you'll find a little space shuttle here. And you want to make your way over to any of the kind of boxes, and we're going to grab hold of a box, and we're going to drag it to the side of the ship. So right trigger will pick it up, and then you want to let go. And this will cause the boxes to make a nice little ramp. Hop up onto the ship, and you want to get in. And then you want to click on the button that is on the right hand side. So that is the little green button just here. And once you've got in, you're going to get out. So look to the right, get out of the ship. What this will have done, it will have opened up the container on the back of the ship, allowing you to change the fuel cells over. So drop down, make your way to the back of the ship, and then you want to click on this panel underneath. It's a little bit easier to crouch by pushing X to see this, and click on the shutdown button that's in the middle, and this will eject the old fuel cell. And to remove the fuel cell, you'll also need to pull at it just to get it to come off of the ship. Now that it's gone, you want to make your way to the left of the big red door, and you want to go between the boxes. You're going to find this box with red text on top of it on the floor. You want to open up the lid on that one, and you're going to find yourself a new cell. Crouch down, and you want to pick this one up, and you're going to want to hold on to this for a few minutes. This is going to get you the achievement for Molecular Man. Wander to the back of the ship, and give it a few seconds, the achievement pops. But once it's over, you want to place the core into the area where you removed the old core. So now we're going to do a bit of a grind to get the achievement for getting game over 3 times. So hop up back into the ship, have a hard time like I do, and you want to sit down in the seat, so get in. Once you're sat down, you want to click the green button that is on the far left of the control panel. This will close the lid down above you. Then you want to click onto the 3 buttons that are in the center. So 1, 2, 3. This will start the engine up of the ship. Once you've done that, you want to look up, and we're going to hit some switches on the roof. So you'll find these little flick switches here. You want to pull both of them back and then click on the green one above it. And likewise a second time, and as you can see, this will start opening the doors that are in front of you. Sorry, you want to push the switch at the top. I looked down for some reason. The moment you see the air evacuate, click on the left button again to open the ship and get sucked out into space. Now we're going to grind this over. As the game will remember your progress, you will just spawn back into your room where the cryo chamber is. Okay, so when you're back at the main menu, make sure you pick on the continue option and not the new game option, because otherwise you will reset your progress. So when you hit the story option, click continue, and you'll automatically spawn back in your room, but you'll be out of the cryo chamber and the bedroom door will be unlocked. When you spawn in, it will automatically be opening. And the first thing we want to do is we want to head back to the cafeteria that we were in. So to get to that cafeteria, you want to take a right, and you take an immediate right again. You want to go up the slope. At the top of the slope, take a right, and you want to go into the hangar. When you're back in the hangar, we're going to kind of rinse and repeat the process to set it up the ship again. So go around to the other side of the ship. You're going to find some containers. And you want to drag one of the containers across to the side of the ship just to make a stairwell up. I have a bit of a nightmare, I think, with this one, or one of them in a bit, because they get stuck. But fair enough. Hop on up and get into the ship. When you're inside the ship, you want to click on the green button that is on the panel in front of you, that is on the far right hand side. Once you've done that, you want to then hop on out and enjoy the little cutscene. And you want to make your way around to the back of the ship. However, I think in this one I actually go to the front of the ship, and I pick up the fuel cell a little bit too early. There's no harm in doing that. So in my case, grab the fuel cell. So it's in the top left hand corner by the red door. Have a hard time open the box. Crouch down and pick it up, or not. Take the fuel cell to the back of the ship, and then you want to remove the old one and put the new one in its place. So to remove the old one again, click the shutdown button, and then when it gives you the option, you want to slide that fuel cell out and pick up the new one and put it in. Once you've done that, make your way back to the ship front. I have a bit of a hard time, there's some form of bug here a little bit. Hop up onto the ship, get on in, and you want to click the green button that is on the far left hand side. This will close the ship roof above you. Click the 3 buttons in the middle. Once that's closed, you want to flip the switches on the roof. So there's 2 of them, 3 and then 4, and then you want to click on the green buttons to open the airlock. The moment the air starts rushing out, click on the far button on the left of the dashboard and you'll be again sucked out into space. One more time, you want to load back into your game for your 3rd death. So now we're back in the game. Exit your room, take a right and an immediate right again. Head up the slope into the cafeteria, and when you're at the top, take a right and then enter the hangar bay. When you're in the hangar bay, you want to follow it through, and you want to come up to the ship and go to the right hand side. You're going to find a stack of boxes in the corner like you did last time. Drag those over to the spaceship. Once you've done that, hop on up and get into the ship. Now that you're back in the beast of a ship that you have, On the right hand side of the dashboard, click on that button one more time to open up the fuel cell cabinet. Hop out of the ship and go around to the back. You then want to click on the shutdown button, which is just on the right hand side here. It's easier to crouch because you can see it. And once the fuel cell is out, you want to give it a pull, and this will remove it from the ship completely. Once it's removed, head over to the big red door and go into the left hand corner, and then you want to open up the box that is just here. So flip open the lid, have a hard time doing it as I do, and you want to grab the new fuel cell from it. And once that's done, you want to return back to the ship and you want to put it into place like you have done for the previous 2 times. Once it's happened, you want to make your way back to the ship. Now I'm just going to show you here, I have a bit of a hard time and this box gets stuck. But you can adjust or bring in other boxes if it becomes too problematic that doesn't let you to move forward. Or it can be a bit buggy at times for this kind of jumping piece. So either grab yourself another box nearby and use it as kind of an additional stepping tool. Yeah, I screwed up really, to be honest. My bad. But yeah, once you get to the top, get into the ship. You want to click on the button on the left hand side one more time. Click on the 3 buttons in the middle of the panel to start up the ship. And then once that's done, you want to look to the top. And you want to flick the switches on the roof. Okay, and as the door is about to open up, on the left hand side click the evacuation button or open up the roof. This is your 3rd death of the game. This is going to give you the no escape achievement. And now we're going to actually go about finishing this playthrough and escaping in the ship. So once you're back at the main menu, hit the continue button and load back into your game. Now that you're back in, exit your room and you want to take a right, take another right, and you want to make your way up to the top. Once you're in the cafeteria, don't take a left, go take a right like I do, and you want to make your way into the hangar. And as you're entering the hangar, you want to go to the right of the ship, and you're going to grab some boxes to make a set of stairs allowing you to get out. So, grab hold of them and drag them to the side of the ship. Now that it's done, hop on up into the ship and you want to take a seat. So hop on in. And again, on the far right hand side, click that button one more time to open the fuel cell thing on the back of the ship. Climb out again immediately. It's a shame that you can't push that button from the outside because it would make things a lot quicker and not have to watch this cutscene every time. Drop down, make your way to the back of the ship and you want to click on the shutdown button that is on the back panel, and then you want to pull the fuel cell out again. Now that the fuel cell is out, make your way to the left, go between the boxes, and we want to open up the little white box in the corner. And you're going to find the power cell again, crouch down and pick that one up. And make your way back to the back of the ship, and you're going to place the power cell into the machine. Now that it's in, head back over to the boxes, hop on up into the ship one last time. Sit in the chair, and on the left hand side you want to click the close button for the roof, and then click the 3 buttons in the middle to start the power up of the engine. Once that's closed, you want to look to the roof, you want to flip down the 2 switches and click the green one, and then the 2 switches on the right, and then click the other switch above it. And then you want to push forward on the left stick. Be careful not to crash as you're doing this, but this will send you out into space. You want to keep going forward to get the Smart Guy achievement for escaping via the small spaceship.
My name is Zach Patterson, geneticist on board the expedition vessel Selene. I've no idea where I am now, nor what direction I'm going in. I have no idea what would happen next. The Selene systems, they closed down for some reason, and as far as I can tell, I'm now drifting in uncharted space. Please, if you are receiving this, pray that I may find the light in this endless darkness.
Okay, so here we go. Playthrough number 3. This is going to be the last one, and we've got 2 more achievements left to go. And that is for the Survivor achievement and also to get the Lucky Zach achievement. I struggled so much in getting that Lucky Zach achievement. I had no idea what I was wrong, and it was so simple and staring me in the face the whole time. So, yeah, great times. Anyway, this will be nice and easy for you guys, and this is actually quite a quick run through in comparison to the last one. Okay, so now that you're awake, once you're awake, roll over, hit the right trigger, and get out of the cryo booth for the umpteenth time. So hit the right trigger, this will open up the pod. Once you're up, you want to go to the panel on the left of the door and click the green button on it, and this will open up your room, allowing you to exit.
Why do I feel so?
Okay, so click on the button to get out of the room. And when you're out of the room, take a right turn, and straight away, when you get the opportunity, you want to take another right turn, and you want to make your way up into Sector 2, this is the cafeteria, and on the back bench you're going to find the coffee machine yet again. It hasn't moved since the last few attempts. Grab yourself a coffee by clicking on the button in the top right hand corner, drink the coffee, turn around, and then you want to take a right to start making your way to the bridge. Run into this corridor, and when you get the opportunity to turn right, do so. And you want to make your way into the control room. So now for this one, we're not going to sit in the chair. On the arm of the chair, you want to click on the power button to switch on the computer in the background. Make your way over to the screen, and you want to pull the box out of the way so you can see it better. Click on info button on the computer screen. You then want to click on display to load the passcodes, security passcodes in on the left. Click on the back button, and then you want to click on ship. And then you want to click on to mode, and once you've clicked on mode, you want to click on high. Once you've got that, look at the screen on the left and go to Zach Peterson, who is at the bottom, and get his security ID, in my case 7197. It'll be different for you. Click on the other screen and enter this code. Now at this point, if the fire breaks out, you will need to restart your game because you will not get the Lucky Zach achievement, okay? There is a chance of the fire happening. Like I said, I got lucky in all 3 playthroughs. Once this has happened, you want to click on the info screen, and it's giving you the option to click again. Click on display one more time. You want to click on the back button. You want to click on ship. And then you want to click on sector. And you want to pick sector 3 this time. Once you've done that, you want to look at the screen that is on the left hand side. So zoom in on it by clicking the right trigger. And the passcode is 1606. And you want to click on the unlock button on the other screen. And then you want to type in 1606, which is the captain's password. And this will unlock sector 3 for you. Now you're about to come up to the point where I got stuck the most. So this is the point where I really couldn't figure this out for ages. You must click the power button on the seat before you leave, as otherwise the ship will short circuit. Exit the room, and you want to take a right, and you want to follow the corridor all the way around to reach sector 3. And when you come into this area, there's going to be a control panel in the center that you need to interact with. Click on the button to the right of the monitor that is green. Pull the switch up at the bottom right hand corner. This will reveal an escape pod and it will bring it forward. If you didn't switch off the computer, this will short circuit the entire ship at this point, and you'll need to restart and play over. You'll then need to click on the 3 switches that are above these little circles here, and then pull down on the left switch. As you see, I got the Lucky Zach achievement at this point as well. You want to enter the escape pod. Once you're in the escape pod, look to the left wall, flick the 3 switches that are there, and then you want to click the 4th button that is next to that. This will close the escape pod, allowing you to get out the ship the survivor way. Click on the first switches on the door. You won't be able to interact with the other switches just yet until the sequence is over. Once you get the opportunity and the door is closed in front of you, click switch number 2. This will turn the escape pod around. Once the escape pod is turned around, you want to click on the switch to the right, and this will launch the escape pod out into space. This is now going to bag you the final achievement of the game, which is called Survivor, for escaping via the escape pod. I have been Drastic Ed from the Achievement Squad. Thank you very much for watching. I hopefully find this guide is useful, so make sure you drop us a like, comment and subscribe, and happy hunting!